I'm on the way, been with the wolves in the cage. I made it here, only got to succeed by His grace. Been through the dark and the grey, you know the grind and the pause, I ain't come here to play.
1854 proved pivotal for both Eugenie and a young trunk maker named Louis Vuitton. As the newly minted Empress required sophisticated luggage for her extensive wardrobe, Vuitton's craftsmanship caught her attention. Her appreciation for his work led to his appointment as her official trunk maker, catapulting him from obscurity to the heights of Parisian society. Born during an earthquake in Granada, Spain, on May 5, 1826, Eugenia Maria de Montijo's dramatic entrance seemed to presage her extraordinary destiny. The daughter of Don Cipriano, Count of Tiba, and Maria Manuela Kirkpatrick, she emerged from one of Spain's oldest families, claiming descent from Visigoth kings. Her mother, Maria Manuela, proved instrumental in shaping Eugenie's future. A renowned beauty born in Malaga in 1794, she pioneered costume balls in Spanish society and demonstrated remarkable social acumen. By 1849, at age 26, Eugenie found herself in Paris through her mother's determined social maneuvering. There, she caught the attention of Louis Napoleon Bonaparte, despite his rather unremarkable appearance. Their connection transcended mere social climbing. Eugenie demonstrated genuine political fervor for the Bonapartist cause, even offering financial support before his 1851 coup. The marriage in January 1853 at Notre Dame marked her transformation into Empress of the French. Her wedding ensemble set the tone for her future influence on fashion. A white velvet gown adorned with diamonds, featuring a 3-layered skirt trimmed with English lace and adorned with sapphires and orange blossoms. Empress Eugenie revolutionized 19th century decorative art by developing a signature style that would influence European design for generations. Rejecting the prevalent Henry II Renaissance, she pioneered what became known as style, Louis XVIII Imperatrice, a sophisticated fusion of 18th century refinement with modern comfort. Her deep admiration for Marie Antoinette influenced this aesthetic direction, though she brought her own innovative touch to traditional elements. Now looking at the residences, we're going to start off with the Tuileries Palace, which was considered the heart of imperial style. And even though her original decorations burned down in a fire, we still have accounts and paintings of her furnishings. The Tuileries Palace showcased Eugenie's masterful touch through a series of themed reception rooms, each demonstrating her expert eye for color and composition. The first famed room was called the Salon Vert, or the Green Drawing Room, and it had walls adorned with a leafy green frieze on green backgrounds, red velvet draperies and furniture, gilt-accented mahogany woodwork, Marie Antoinette's writing desk, and an abundant floral display. It had a massive mirror reflecting the Tuileries gardens, and it had rock crystal chandeliers with wax candles. The second drawing room was called the Salon Rose, and it had rose silk wall coverings, ceilings painted by Chaplin featuring Triumph of Flora, and Flora depicted as a portrait of the Empress herself. The other famous reception room is the Salon Bleu, which had scallop-shaped blue pelmets, chairs with matching blue needlework, dark blue gauze window blinds for light modulation, plaster medallions featuring portraits of her ladies in waiting. The second residence we're going to be looking at is the Chateau de Campagne, which is considered the social stage of the empire. This 1,300-room chateau became the definitive showcase of Eugenie's Louis XVIII Imperatrice style. Notable spaces in the Chateau de Campagne were the Salon de Musique, which housed 18th century Gobelin tapestries as well as 19th century Beauvau tapestries, and Marie Antoinette's red silk armchairs from St. Cloud. It also had the Chinese and the Sèvres porcelain collection, as well as red liquor cabinets with 1775 Chinese panels. The other notable space was called the Salon de Réception, enhanced with additional pier glasses. It had elaborate plasterwork and gilding. It had Purate appropriate reproductions by Selm, and it had a yellow damask upholstery matching the window treatments. The other space was the Galerie Natoire, built in 1858 as a covered pathway to the theater. Fontainebleau Palace was considered to be East meets West because it represented Eugenie's most innovative decorative achievement, particularly in her integration of Asian art. At the Musée Chinois, which was created in 1863, it had displays of diplomatic gifts from Siam. It also had treasures from the Summer Palace and had a collection of approximately 800 objects, and a mechanical piano for entertainment. Her other space was the Villa Eugenie at Biarritz. It was built in 1854 as a seaside retreat for her. And this space featured 7 Gobelin tapestries, again depicting Don Quixote. It had a relaxed interpretation of imperial style, and there was a lot of emphasis on comfort and leisure. The Villa Eugenie also went on to become the Hotel du Palais at Biarritz right now. One of her final homes, Farnborough Hill, which is where she was exiled in style. It was created after 1881 in Hampshire, England. It was transformed from a publisher's residence into a French chateau. It had multiple themed salons, the Salon d'Honneur, the Salon de Princesse, the Salon des Dames, the Salon de Grézeux. It had a glass-roofed courtyard and a preserved shrine to the Prince Imperial. Her final vacation home, called Villa Cyranos, is considered the final residence, and it was built in 1892 at Cape Breton. It was designed by Hans Georg Tersling. It was considered a Belle Epoque architectural masterpiece, and it was a regular host to European royalty. It was also considered a sophisticated blend of Mediterranean and French imperial styles.
Way, been with the bulls in the cage. I made it here, only got to succeed by his grace. Been through the dark and the grey. You know the grind and the pause, I ain't coming to play. Niggas they try by dick. Silly, even Wally West couldn't keep up the pace. Been here since back in the days when me and Oscar were riding around like fees. One when we entered the way. Been with the bulls in the cage. I made it here, only got to succeed by his grace. Been through the dark and the grey. You know the grind and the pause, I ain't coming to play. Niggas they try by dick. Silly, even